Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. 007 here. I'm gonna do a video here, not a very long one, I wouldn't think. Just kind of how I'm vlogging on the trail, explain what I vlog and why, just so everybody knows. I'm actually less than a week away from starting at Springer Mountain. I live here in Florida. It's 52 degrees, which is chilly down here. Perfect for me, and this is what I get to do when I'm doing my training hikes. Probably not miserable, that's for sure. Pretty flat, and I have these trails I get to kind of walk on, and it's very misleading because I'm doing like 17 minutes a mile right now, and I feel like I'm just moseying along, but not the case. So yeah, so I'm gonna do this video on how I'm vlogging while I'm on the trail, and having done a little over 30 days on the trail in 2024, I've got a pretty good system, I think. So yeah, please just stay tuned here, and I'm gonna kind of go through this little section by little section as I'm walking along. I'm just doing a nice easy walk, kind of working down a little bit in my mileage. I don't want to hurt anything. I am going to start Springer Mountain next week, and it'll be, you know, 7-8 miles for a couple days, so I don't plan on going too crazy. So yeah, so with that, let me give you the general outline of how I vlog. So I use this GoPro that I have on my trekking pole. Those that have seen me out there know, and it's pretty nice because I don't have to carry it, and it gives me, you know, I'm just holding it with my one hand here how I'm walking. So I use my GoPro for all the video. Every now and then I'll do a video with my phone because it's easier to zoom in and out, but for the most part all my videos come from the GoPro, and then my still pictures that I do come from my phone, which is in my fanny pack here right in front of me. And I'll tell you, if I see any kind of wildlife or something I got to get real quick, I'll probably use my phone to do that because it's a lot quicker to get to that and easier to set up. So, and I can zoom in, you know. So when I was doing some hikes in the Smokies, you know, I had that wild boar run by, and so I was able to get at least a snapshot of that with my phone. With the GoPro, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So anyway, so I do the videos with my GoPro. I do still pictures with my iPhone. Have my iPhone in my fanny pack. I use that, you know, with Gut Hook or Far Out app, you know, for my map as well. So I do those through the day. I do post every day. Some people have talked about how that's a lot of work. I just don't see it that way. So I do, you know, I start my day, do a couple of videos, anything I see interesting, you know, I try to get a nice picture of, and then at the end of the day I will you know, after I'm done my evening meal, I'm in the tent. Now I'm just trying to calm down a little bit from the day, and what I do is I sit down and I download my videos and my pictures into my video program. So I use PowerDirector for my video program, and Canva for my thumbnail, and I just put it all together there. A lot of times I need internet, you know, if I'm adding music or some other things there. So if I don't have that, I at least have the video all together, and that's what I do every evening. It doesn't take very long. I don't do bloopers. Anybody that's followed me know that. So really, when I'm putting the videos together, all I'm doing really is you know, when I started this video, for instance, you know, I hit the start button, and it kind of makes sure, you know, I got it, I'm in the center of the frame somewhat, and that might take a couple seconds, so I'm just trimming off those couple seconds at the start, and when I stop, when I reach up to turn the video off, I cut that out. So that's the only things I really cut out. And yeah, so that's kind of how I do every day. And then I don't post a video until I get to town, and normally I get into a town every 5 days, so that's when I'll release videos, and I do them on a time schedule. So for instance, on this hike coming up on the AT, I start next week, 5 days in, going to a hostel. I'll have the 5 days already set up on the on my phone, yeah. And so once I get to internet, I'll have the first one post the next day, and then the second day will be a day after that, third day. And so once they start coming out, you know, hopefully within 5 days, I'm at the next hostel or wherever with internet, and I'll post the next 5 days. So other than maybe a day here or there that there's no video, once they start rolling, you should be able to see one just about every day. So the way I have my videos set up, I have an introduction, that picture, you know, with my trail name being 007. There's a AT thru hiker named Monarch, and hey, good morning. And Monarch, I had seen somebody somewhere had posted a picture saying Monarch did this for my webpage. You know, really happy, you know, with the picture she did. And I thought, I gotta find this person. I was able to find her, and you know, we talked back and forth a little bit about what kind of I was looking for, and she just ran with it and came up with a great design. So that 007 with with a tuxedo and a pack and holding his poles in the air, that was kind of her idea. I really like it. So anyway, so yeah, so my intro is basically about 5 seconds of that picture with some corny music with it, which I wanted. That music, I searched in let's see, so PowerDirector, because I have the paid version, you know, I get some music with it, and went through and found something that somewhat reminded me of a 007 James Bond movie. So that's where that came from. So after that, I start my day. I try to never say good morning, because I follow a lot of people that always start with good morning, and I'm watching it in the evening. And I don't know, that just kind of gets to me a little bit sometimes. So welcome everybody to the channel. And then as I'm videoing through the day, I try not to show a lot of the trail, little pieces here and there, but I know some people will for a minute and a half, you know, just you see them walking down the trail, and I think, well, once you've seen the trail on a video a little bit, unless there's something different, you know, it's walking down the trail. So I try not to do that too much. Definitely try to show the views that I see that are unique, and anything unique along the trail. That's what I'm looking for. So but to just walk and have the camera, you know, just bobbing along down the trail, I try not to do that. But yeah, so I get those all linked together, and then at some point, I used to put pictures here and there. I've kind of went now to, at the end of my videos for the day, I put, you know, 12 or less pictures. Normally I try for around 5 to 8, but of good pictures that I took through the day, just to kind of show some stills, because some people like still pictures of, you know, the views or something unique I've seen along the way. So you see the video, and then the pictures, and then I come back on the video and do a wrap-up. So those, because I know some people, a lot of people, don't watch a video all the way to the end. But after the pictures, I normally, and that's normally sitting at the tent site, my tent's all set up, and I kind of wrap up the day. You know, I am on a keto diet. I'm a diabetic, so what I'm trying to do is wrap up the mileage for the day, what kind of elevation I did, my blood sugar numbers from the morning, afternoon, and evening, because I'll have a lot of times already ate. I'm gonna switch hands here. Yeah. And yeah, so that's normally in the evening. I'll do that wrap-up video. Sometimes it gets long because I talk about things that I might not have videoed through the day, and I try to keep the whole video around 30 minutes or under, but sometimes that gets a little more difficult to do. Sometimes it's pretty easy. Also, normally during the still pictures, I'll play some music just so you're listening to something while the still pictures are going. The pictures normally up for about 5 seconds each, and that music, you know, it took me a long time to find something I liked, and I'll post the name of the main music I use because I really like the song, and it's kind of, you know, it really connects to hiking on the trail, I think, and a lot of people like it, I know, because I've got several messages of, hey, where did you find that music? You know, who is that? So I'll post that here on the bottom in a little text of what the music is. You can find that group on YouTube. I found them and sent it to somebody. But yeah, I normally use that in music. Now, you know, a question I guess for everybody is, you know, I might do 100 videos here, and are you going to get tired of that same, you know, song for, it'll be less than a minute, but just in the still pictures, or would you like something different? Now I am going to start next week, and I have about 3 songs that I'm just going to revolve through, and they're mainly acoustic guitar kind of stuff, nothing else with words. So like I said, I use Canva for my thumbnails. I've already developed my thumbnail. I'm going to put my first day thumbnail here right after that. Well, I'll put it up right now. Boom. So that thumbnail, I'll just change the day and start and stop point, but that's actually me in a picture, looking at a picture I had taken last year on the AT. So the thumbnail, I might change that picture I'm looking at over some time if I get a nice view, but some of this technology nowadays, what you can do with getting rid of the background, it's pretty cool. But the main reason for the thumbnail is just to, you know, this is day 1, day 2, day 5, whatever it is, if you're looking for it. And I like to put the start and stop point on there, especially for those of you that are planning on doing the AT, or you're looking for a section to see, you know, what's it look like from Springer Mountain to Hawk Mountain Shelter, or Gooch Mountain, or whatever. That helps you find that. So the other thing in the description on the video, a lot of people don't read those, but in my descriptions, just so you know, I will also put my start stop point, mileage for the day, total mileage on the Appalachian Trail. You'll see the shelters, you know, where I started and stopped, and I also put my blood sugar numbers in there for morning, afternoon, and evening. So, you know, if you missed it or you just want to see that where I am, it kind of lets you know there. So don't blow off the description. That a lot of times shows a lot of information on there that you might have missed in the video, and you don't want to scroll back in the video. You'd rather just go down there to see, you know, what my blood sugar numbers are. So I get this question a lot with vlogging: where do you store all your videos and pictures? Because they take a lot of room, and they do. What I do every night after I save my video, and all the, you know, everything is put together. I have a 1 gigabyte thumb drive that plugs right into my phone. So I plug that in at night and I download all the still photos and all the video footage I have into that thumb drive, and then I delete it off of my phone and off the GoPro. So that way, at the end of the next day, when I'm putting the pictures together, I know that I'm only dealing with the day that I hiked. And that becomes a big deal, because if you wait a couple days to get rid of those pictures on your phone, they start to run together a little bit. You're looking, you're thinking, what is that? And you're going, it's just a lot of wasted time. And that's something you don't have a lot of on the trail. You would think you do, but yeah, so that's what I do. I download everything onto that gigabyte thumb drive and just keep a hold of it there. And so what I'll do, I will take that thumb drive and put that on a hard drive at my house when I get there. So before I leave, you know, next week heading out, you know, my GoPro, my phone, my thumb drive will all be empty, and then I have plenty of room to store that stuff, you know, as I get going. Some people use SD cards and different things, and that's all fine. I just use the thumb drive. It's worked for me. All right, so that's kind of how I do my vlog. I will say one last thing about it. If you're considering doing it, make sure you practice before you get out on the trail. There's some glitches to all of them, all the programs. I'm not saying to use one over the other, but definitely know how to do it just using your phone. I spent hours on the phone, you know, in the evening watching TV, just going around Canva, you know, finding different things. Even the thumbnail I'm using now, you know, was developed over several weeks of just, I like this design, I like that design. You know, do I want to take a picture every day and try to put it on the Canva? Well, whatever it is, make sure you test it out. I did that before my 2024 thru-hike attempt. Did some trails and practiced with that, and if you look like my art load trail, you can definitely see a difference in how the videos are, because I learned on those. So I would make sure you do that. So with that, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Want to thank everybody. I hope this was helpful, you know, just kind of what I do with my vlogs. I want to thank everybody though for following, and I'm up to like 700 and some freaking followers, which is crazy considering I mainly did this to, you know, starting out just to keep family and friends informed of where I was and how I was doing. But I appreciate everybody that follows along and the comments. I try to answer them all. You know, I'm not as quick with some, especially on the trail, but I try to answer them all, or at least give a thumbs up to let you know I read it. Yeah, if you do like the channel and this seems like something you don't want to follow along with, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Appreciate you hit the like. And yeah, I'll start talking to you here in a week on the Appalachian Trail.